Good afternoon. Welcome to the fifth and potentially final episode of the S.F.S tutorial series. Today, we will be covering rendezvous and docking. Before you begin, you'll need 2 crafts in orbit. These must both have at least one must have reaction control systems, and both must have a docking port in order to be able to dock and become one craft. As you can see, our craft is below the other craft, at 30 kilometers compared to 50. This means that we are actually traveling faster around the planet, and therefore are moving, in their perspective, forward. Just like trying to encounter a planet, you will be able to use the Navigate To button in order to perform your rendezvous. I say around this time you use your RCS. You need to have your engine on to perform the burn. You can technically do it with RCS, but it's very messy. And then wait and throttle as necessary until you get your marker as close to 0 as possible. Preferably, you want it all the way at 0. This is about as good as it gets. You have no plus or minus marker, and you're on a direct course to encounter the body. Well, craft. If you get something this good, then you're all set. But if you're unable to get as good of an encounter as I have, then I suggest you make some mid-course corrections through your burn. You can trust it the first time, guys. Right now it doesn't seem like we're doing too well. We're now falling behind, and before long, we're now less than 10,000 meters from the craft. When this occurs, you will switch to relative distance and velocity. You're going to need to burn so that your relative velocity drops as close as you can, somewhere close to 0. You then need to try and negate as much of your side velocity as possible. Oh, that's, oh god. That's not lovely at all. You may overshoot your target, but now I can teach you about approaches. When you get very close to a craft, your direction and velocity markers will disappear, because when you get this close, you can just eyeball it. I'm going to switch to the other craft and orient it towards the other. This one's having a few problems with the RCS. Fun fact, this actually happened during the Gemini 8 mission, when the Gemini Command Service Module docked the Agena target vehicle for RCS thrusters on the craft broke and forced an early deorbit. The crew were fine. You'll need to make your 2 docking ports touch. This is why you need to have them pointed towards each other. Once you do, you'll have 2 crafts that are docked in orbit. They operate as one. Their RCS work. When you turn on their engines, both of them fire. You can even transfer fuel between the 2. you can do that by clicking on one fuel tank. This is the fuel tank you'll be sending fuel from. And then click on another tank. This will be the tank you send fuel to. When you want to undock, simply press the docking ports. This severs the connection with an amount of separation force that, with a bit of RCS help, should be enough to fully separate the two crafts. That's just about everything you need to know about docking. I hope you have a nice day. Remember to like, comment if you have any questions, subscribe to receive more content, and have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.